Trollord Games. Join the
Are we
fray.
video live?
Oh, I guess we're.
Thanks for warning us. Jeez.
Yes, Chuck. Jeez.
Jeez Louise.
I was about to say
buddy.
something really stupid.
What
We're
up,
about
my peeps?
My peeps. Chuck, you're entirely too old to be doing that. So.
Nah, I think he's young enough at heart.
Thank you.
Yeah,
My
I
heart
think
is very
I
young.
think he's exactly the age for that. Because certainly nobody younger than him is saying it.
Dio
is
lives
true.
forever. Devil horns. Anyway, so. All right.
Dio. Oh my
So-
god.
We're here. Hey, you better not besmirch that name. I will drive to Michigan. Careful of that.
Listen,
and I'll bring
listen,
Jason with me.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Mel,
All
I
right.
didn't say it was bad.
Anyway,
there's
we're here-
something different, Mel, about your hair. I can't quite make it.
Yeah,
her
I got
hair
my
is
hair
off
done.
a little bit, isn't it? Yeah, Mel, it is off a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
happened
got
to my
a.
head? I don't know, Raymond. I'm not sure what happened to my head.
I saw my stylist, and then I walked out looking like this. I was like, "Oh, damn! Hey, girl, we gotta lift."
I need to see your stylist. I'm beginning
Oh,
to
there's
look
light shining in on me from the window. There's nothing I can do about it.
Christopher Walken.
Oh.
I mean, actually, I have all the light cut off in here, so.
It's very apt.
Oh, yay, Sparky! I'm glad that you've been able to join in.
Oh, there's Sparky. Okay. Yeah, we're here to hang out with you guys and talk about things, that kind of stuff.
So
We
I
do have
got
a giveaway
question.
going on. If you would like to enter the giveaway, please give us a follow, !raffle. If you happen to be on another platform viewing us other than twitch.tv/trollorgames, then if you would like to enter the raffle, all you have to do is go to this link here. I'm going to push that out to you guys. Come over and enter, and then when it's done, you would just, if you win, you would just pick up your code in the Discord anyway, so you don't have to view from Twitch, but that's the best we can do. It's good to see everybody here hanging out. Go ahead and introduce yourselves to everybody. Starting with this guy below me here.
I can't see what you see.
Yeah, who is below you, Chuck?
Oh, Jeremy. Sorry.
Oh.
I
My
didn't
name is
realize. I
Rick
thought you were
Berman.
watching.
My name is Rick Berman. I produced all of the Star Trek feature films, at least the Next Generation films. I'm a bit of a hack. I don't know. I'm Jeremy.
Production
I'm,
assistant.
Kill Star Trek, get out.
I'm currently writing
no.
a Platinum Dragon that I wasn't planning on writing 2 days ago.
That's not true. You knew it was going to
Okay,
happen.
it was probably
We
it was
both
probably
talked.
6 days
You
ago.
knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen.
I found out about it on Tuesday. So
Yes, everybody found
3
out
days
about it
ago.
on
Yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn!
It was
But I
just
will
more of
say-
waiting for the water to flow under the bridge.
I will say it's really, really cool. If you
Good.
beat it in battle, you don't have to kill it, but if you best it in battle, it will grant you 3 wishes.
Oh, nice.
What now did you say?
If you best a Platinum Dragon in battle, it will grant you 3 wishes.
Really?
Yes, it is.
No, that's interesting.
All right.
It can also
That is
assume any
interesting.
form at any time and travel to any non-evil plane at will.
Wow. All right. Pretty cool. Johnny Omaha asks, and this question is for you, Jeremy. What goes into riding a dragon?
What goes into riding a dragon? A whole boatload of hit points.
Thank you.
I- It depends. I mean, so the one I'm working on right now has to match with the ones that were designed 20 years ago. So
Yeah,
I
about
have to be very
God knows
I have-
who.
Yeah, I have to be very meticulous in making sure that they mesh seamlessly.
Right.
If I were just making some random dragon that has no relation to the metallic or chromatic dragons, it's just kind of identifying like really strong
Traits.
pieces of their traits, pieces of their identity, story elements, things where like, because like you can picture a red dragon and you know exactly what kind of story you're probably going to put a red dragon in, right? Because it's like, oh,
Right.
he lives in the mountain, he hoards all this treasure, he captures and eats maidens, that kind of like really archetypal stuff. And so like kind of identifying some of those elements from storytelling would be good, like a dragon that knows all secrets, and you seek out this dragon and you ask it questions or something like that. Really kind of broad stuff.
Okay. Well,
And
yeah,
it's got to look cool. That's the only other rule. It's got to look cool.
gotta look cool.
Always.
And sound
They
cool.
are, they are very powerful, Sparky. I made sure of that.
Oh,
this
yeah,
one's
they
this one's
are.
going to be even.
CNC
This one's
dragons
going to be
are
even
amazing.
stronger.
Sweet.
An ancient platinum dragon is a 40th level monster.
Love it. And that's what it should
It's
be.
killer.
Yeah.
It has a spell resistance of 17, and an AC of 31, and a damage bonus of 14.
Nice.
TPK with teeth.
That's going to obliterate people.
And it's
Love it.
120 feet long.
That's excellent.
You know what'd be fun as hell to fight though? Can you imagine sending Kane in to fight it? That'd be
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
That'd be awesome.
He's only got
40
a
D20 breath weapon. Good God.
He doesn't wear any armor.
Oh
Who
no.
Kane doesn't? Well, he'd be screwed. So.
It has 3 types of breath weapon. One turns you into mist, one disintegrates you, and another one freezes you to death.
Nice. Nice. That's the way to do it.
It says
Dragons
Max
only get
Calvin says
half.
dragons only get half their hit dice to hit, so they're nerfed.
That is correct. Yeah, that was a rule I didn't know about until I started going through them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But still, that 40th level dragon is getting a plus 20 to hit.
Yeah, I'm not sure how nerfed they are because they get like 7 attacks around.
Right.
Yeah, it gets a tail, 2 wings, 2 claws, and a bite.
Yeah, and then their wing buffet, and then you get your damage bonus.
Tail swipe, the damage bonus on each damage roll.
Right.
And
So
the
it-
dice pools are very large, so your minimum is very high.
causes immense pain.
And you know, honestly, in the spirit of Castle Crusade, you don't always have to go with a half hit dice rule. I don't. So
You probably should.
To be honest, I never have.
I haven't either. Yeah.
I mean, how high can an armor class get? Maybe 35? That would be crazy high.
I've got a guy. There's a guy at my table that's got a 33 or 34. He's a
What level
he's
is he?
he's a scald. Oh, he's
What
level
level is he?
14 or something, 15 or something.
Okay. It doesn't get much higher than that, I don't think.
No,
He's getting
it does
toward the
not.
end.
34 is stout. I mean, that's
Yes, but I still manage to hit him every once in a while, and he really gets upset. Really gets upset, which is nice.
You gotta hit him with what is that magic camel? A disenchanter. You just gotta send one of those in there and it sucks all the magic out of his items.
Oh,
That's nasty.
Yeah.
I love it.
well, the problem with them is he's a scald, so he gets to use herbs to tattoo himself to give him extra protection. I think he gets a +1 per level with that automatically.
+1 to AC per level.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Rules
know
is
about
written in
that.
the adventure's background.
That's
Now, how long that will last
Someone-
once we go
someone-
through the redo on it, it will be another.
someone
story.
wasn't thinking too hard about that.
yeah, but they can't wear any armor, right?
Right. He didn't wear his damn thing, but he's level
You put a
14.
cap on it.
so.
You put a
But
cap
that
on
gives
it.
him a
though.
14. So where's he getting the other 10?
He's probably got a
Oh,
+3 from
I'm
his
not
dex.
sure. I'd have to look. Probably his dex and some other sundry. Oh, there's another thing they get to do too. At certain level, they get to make an extra permanent tattoo or something. I don't know what it is. There's a bunch of goobly goop in there.
I gotta
doesn't matter.
Ghidorah.
15 years from now, when we have time to look at the adventurer's backpack,
Yes.
I definitely want to root around in there.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to play with
Adventurer's
it.
Backpack
for sure.
is a fantastic book. Now, listen, I got a question for everybody,
Okay.
and especially the veterans out there, because I'm curious. My entire so I'm right now I'm putting in the very final edits for the Amazing Adventures Castle Keeper, the Chronicle Keeper's Guide, whatever it's called. And in there, Jason put the Imperial system, which is I learned a couple of years ago is the American measurement system. Now, my entire life. And I changed it in the book. And I'm going to have to change it back because Jason asked me. My entire life, now I grew up on army posts. I had never heard the imperial system for the measuring. Ever, not once. But it was called the American Standard all the time. It's the American Standard measurements. That's what it was. The 3/4 inch or half inch or 9/16, what it was.
So,
American Standard. So
unless
I'm curious. So Jason said I just asked Jason a few minutes ago, Jason Bay, he's my age roughly. He had never heard the words American Standard.
I hadn't either. I've always heard Imperial.
Unless I'm mistaken, American Standard is a term for HVAC.
So this is not what I grew up with on post. I'm telling you what I grew up with on army posts. They were not talking about HVACs when.
Okay, I don't. That's
Yeah.
It's the only time I've ever heard it.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what do we got? I'm curious if it's a military term.
I've heard
It sounds
three
like a
such
military term to
iterations of
me.
it.
I
I mean,
swear.
really, man.
Yes, I've heard the Imperial, I've heard American Standard, and I've also heard Freedom Units.
I'm going with Freedom Units.
Freedom units. Good Lord.
So Johnny Omaha here in the chat saying he's called it American Standard his whole life. He's never heard Imperial.
Really?
I wonder
Interesting.
if it's regional.
It might be because I had not heard American.
Well, Max Caledon
Standard
says
outside of
gallons are.
HVAC.
He says gallons are different size in each one. That could cause a little bit of a problem.
That could be. That could.
Yeah, Johnny, we're having the same thought. And Jim says he knows Standard, but not American Standard. So I can see Standard. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I would associate Imperial system with the English system of measurement, which I don't think is the same as
It's
American Standard.
Mine too, Anthony.
They used to. They switched to metric.
So they use the
They still use
same.
it for some stuff.
Yeah, well, I know they use stones and stuff, but they use. I'll have to ask Span. He's from England. They used half-inch, quarter-inch until they switched to metric.
I believe so.
I have no idea. That was in the 17th.
I'm with
What
Anthony
did Romans
Silverbeard.
use?
That's a toilet. Is what that is, because that's what my toilet says on American Standard.
I'm going to change Jason's book to American Standard. Just not tell him. Or Freedom Units, Mel. I'm going to put Freedom.
Yes, Freedom Units.
He would be like, what? I can see you doing that just to send him a copy like that, just for jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He'd be like,
U.S. custom. Let's see. Adcron says U.S. customary and imperial have a few differences, fluid ounces and pints, fluid ounces, blah blah blah. Yeah. American Family Insurance. Yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting.
Dan
The name
says 8
Imperial
gallons is
refers
a
to the
bushel.
British
The
Empire.
medieval measures are crazy. Yeah.
The name Imperial refers to British Empire, where the imperial system of measurement originated. The system evolved from thousands of local units used in the Middle Ages, including Roman, Celtic, and Anglo-Saxon units.
Yeah.
So we switched something that the Romans were using for something that the French developed. Something just seems not right about that.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of random stuff that was
Yeah,
kind
you
of
can't
assembled
badmouth
together.
the French. I believe they still have the most victorious battles of any nation.
Who?
The French. It's in their long history.
Not commenting.
And Napoleon actually won so many battles.
gonna say,
Well,
I think
yeah. Now,
Napoleon
you want to go
probably
back
really
that far?
spiked
It's a
that
totally
curve.
different story. Yeah, because Napoleon was
Yeah,
kicking
no,
everybody's
yeah,
ass.
the whole distance for sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
until he
Alex.
lost, he won. You know what I mean?
I think that's true of most people.
Interesting.
Well,
so that was my question.
certainly.
That was my question. Very interesting. We don't well know it. That's
See,
right.
Goblin King asked on YouTube, question, when do you guys think the Reforged books will be ready to ship to Kickstarter backers? Probably 2027, I think we're looking at, right? No.
Oh
October.
my God.
We are looking at October. We're looking at going to the printers in September and shipping in October, no later than November.
And remember, we still got to do those 101.
So the
booklets.
goal is before Christmas, folks.
Yes, that shouldn't be an issue, Jeremy. That's because that really.
I know. It's just I don't want to do something that
we
we
just
forget.
finished. You guys said so. Just so everybody know, I
Yeah,
gave
tell them,
the
Steve.
trolls-
Tell them about it.
and I'm not going to tell them everything. They don't need to know all that crap. Internal workings, but I gave the trolls an insurmountable task to be completed in 7 days, and we completed it today at about 12:30 on day
It's like
7.
1 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
today was
12:30
the
your
seventh
time. Yeah.
day. It needed to be done by 5 o'clock tonight, and it was a monstrous amount of content. It was fantastic.
It's
Needs
technically
editing.
still not done. It's got to.
Edited, cleaned, and there's we've got
Yeah.
some fixes
Close
that need to
enough,
go.
damn it.
No, it hit my goalpost. That the goalpost was set, and the trolls
Jeremy,
outdid themselves.
you will
So
learn.
100 ideas. I only got do what?
You will learn over the years. There's one thing in this company that is paramount, and that is these goals. If he sets a goal, by God, it's
Yeah.
going to happen, or people will be murdered in their sleep. No, just
And they're
joking.
absolutely arbitrary.
Yes, yeah,
I
that's for
can't
sure.
wait. I got a message at like 3 a.m. from Davis as he was going through my stuff. He's like, "This is really great. I thought it was Stevens, but this is." And he sent me something random, like a random sentence.
Right.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to that again when he gets to the thing I sent you the other day.
Yeah, he's going through them now. I sent them the first batch, and he's doing.
Yeah.
He threw out a whole page of my stuff this morning. Said too much air. Threw it all out.
Good.
Submit time card. There you go.
Employee performance reviews. Oh my
That's way too much paperwork.
god.
Anything to do with that.
I do want to remind y'all, all three of you, I still need your Crusader stuff.
Hey, I had
I've-
you know what? I had shit on my desk that I had.
No,
to
I
handle
understand.
first.
I understand. We still got time. I have 3 people's stuff now. So.
And that, Mel, I think you dropped on my desk today, didn't you?
Yeah, I dropped the first
Yes.
finished drafts of all the new character sheets to you and Chuck.
I see it now.
Yeah, I was actually going to see if we could pull one up and put it on the stream.
We finished them on stream the other day.
Oh, very cool.
Hell yeah.
That's the way to do it. I'll dive into them tomorrow, but I'm sure they are beautiful.
They're quite lovely. I got to teach everybody a little bit about graphic design and layout, and we had a good time.
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent.
Oh yeah, totally.
And I love this. You know, you and Davis concocted this idea, and I love this approach to the character sheets. We're going to keep the standard for those people who just want, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
the basic. But I love this kind of artistic. Is that the best graphically designed? However you want to do
Let's
it.
just say artistic.
Let's go with that. I think it's cool because it adds a certain flavor to, pen and paper. Video games have all of the flair, but not really.
No, these are quite nice.
Is it printer friendly?
Of course, it's printer friendly.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Friendly.
Bruh, I deal with printing shit all day, every day. My day
Listen,
job.
when I hear artistic character sheet, my mind flashes back to the Conan Modifius character.
No.
It was lavishly colored.
No. Nope. These are very printer friendly.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, these are just
A
the fronts,
murder
though,
of
aren't they,
both.
Mel? These aren't the backs, are they?
So they can be front and back. That was sort of the first idea behind that. But if we want to add a back page to all of them, we can do that.
I see. Okay.
Well, the back page, if we do that, that should be the same page for all of it, really. Because
Let's just have a gander.
Yeah, have a
I'll
little
look at 'em.
gander.
Or they
Yeah.
form. Epi's back in the house.
Yeah, Effie's back.
I'll let somebody else handle that.
They will be Effie. We'll have
Talked
fun.
so much lately. Chuck, just slow down on promising folks people things. we got a backlog of stuff.
I've got a guy.
Yeah. You're like my sister. Every time something goes wrong, I'm like, I know a guy. I got an accountant. I got a lawyer. I got automotive. I got a floor guy.
Got a guy.
I
You
got
know a guy. You know a guy who knows a guy?
Yeah, so if anyone's watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that's Frank's whole role. Is he's got a guy. They wanted to slaughter a pig one day. He goes, I got a guy. Who's got a guy to slaughter a pig? So, and that's
I know a guy, actually.
Yeah.
I actually killed and skinned a bunch of pigs last night in Red Dead.
No, there you
It doesn't count.
I think it does.
I think it does.
It's okay, Chuck.
I
I got you
mean,
back.
I had like 15 marshals after me for a while. So they
Yeah,
felt
I
like
killed a
they got it.
glintstone dragon last night, but that was in a video game, so don't say that I killed a dragon yesterday.
Yeah, but did you have to run from U.S. Marshals for an hour? I did.
Ayo, I became
I mean,
like
not
this-
recently.
I became the CEO of a company that like deals with paranormal shit, and I'm still trying to figure out how to like get around the building. It counts.
That's funny.
Well, Mel, I was closest to you. I spent the evening reading about Roswell aliens.
Hey, I love it. I love it.
All right, let me get this character sheet.
gonna
up
do
here.
a
Here's
troll
everybody a
retreat.
sample.
Oh,
We'll have a look
but-
here.
What we got? What we got?
Here
What we got?
is the. There we go. No, it's not cooperating. Click again. Tiny
Shame.
button.
You may have to do a window capture if it doesn't.
Nah.
While he's doing that, Heather, I'll answer your question. What trolls are going to be at Gen Con? We will have.
Oh, that looks great.
We've got me, Grace, Dakota, Jeremy, Nick, Zach, and Emily. That will be the crew at Gen Con. Oh, look at that thing. That thing's awesome.
If we set up an iPad, I can be there virtually.
There you go. We'll get a big screen and put it up and get it cooking.
Welcome to Troll Lord. It's constantly yelling at people coming by.
Hey, you there. Come buy something over here. They're looking around, you know.
What was that?
That would be
what was
kinda
that thing
funny.
with the Max Headroom? Was that?
Yeah.
Max Headroom? Okay.
Wasn't he always yelling at people or something? I can't remember. I didn't have a TV most of the time.
I don't even remember what he was selling. He was selling something.
He was doing Was he on MTV? I don't know. I can't.
He was on the television. You never met him in person. He's from
No,
the
no,
TV.
MTV was his show on.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
They're saying they won't find you in the booth, Steve. So I can cover for that. If Steve's not there, we can just get a cutout of him and just leave it in my
That's
VTube
what we
room with
need.
me.
That's
actually a really good idea. We should get a cutout made of him. And
to be
that
clear,
shit up.
I'm not working the booth.
So like, add to that though. Imagine people come up to the booth and they're like, "Steve, we have a question." And I'll be, "Oh, I'll forward your question. What's your question?" And I'll like turn, be like, "What do you think of that, Steve? You know what? I agree. Yes, you should buy the new books as they're coming out."
Absolutely perfect. Wait a minute, Mel. I don't even have to go. I can just stay
Exactly. I'll just cover for you.
I could just read my Roswell book. So.
Just like lean over, like, "What's that, Steve? What do you say?" "Oh, yes. Here's the contact email. You can get in touch with us here."
Let's do it. Let's do it. A whole new way of me going to conventions.
Yes.
Would you be serving Dr. Pepper in the booth? No, we never served Dr. Pepper. It stays in the cooler in my hand.
Oh my God, Wolf. Just, "Yes, Steve, I do agree. Burn them all. All of them."
Burn them all to the ground.
That's some great effects you got going on there, Mel.
I know.
Get yourself wreathed in flames. You'll be perfect.
Oh, I think I could do that actually.
Probably.
I gotta look at my settings. You guys continue. I'll see if I have fire in here.
If you can set yourself on fire.
Yeah, I'll see if I can set myself on fire for the company.
Holy crap, Sparky, that's a brilliant idea. Put a laptop on a Roomba, let it loose. That would be fantastic.
Oh,
They have to try and find you.
Fine, Steve. I did see that kind of sad video the other day of this Roomba going down the freeway the other day. It was just sad.
How to get out there?
I have no idea. This poor little robot just he escaped home and is heading out.
It's like what is that movie?
That's right, Tyler.
It's like Brave Little Toaster.
What was it? Was that Wally?
No.
Yeah.
It's about a toaster and his friends.
Oh my God, I haven't seen that. Wait, didn't Wally have like a cavity? He put something in. He carried stuff in his.
Yeah, he's a trash compactor.
Trash compactor. That was it. Wally was a great movie. I absolutely loved Wally.
I have issues with it,
but I'm going to this weekend.
I have issues with it, but
You
it's a
have
good
issues
movie.
with Wally?
I grew up loving the idea of generation ships in science fiction. And that's like the kids version, so it drives me insane. I want the same thing, but I want it to be focused on, fighting off mutated people on the floors above, growing your crops.
You wanted a violent R-rated cut of Wally.
Yes, not
the children
people sitting around, totally, completely can't even move no more. That they're laying on floating couches and just, I don't know, man.
From the director of like what is it? Oh God, like from the director of like Event Horizon. Here comes the summer of Wally.
Wally.
I know, man. I want it to be, it's supposed to be, I don't know.
Wally on the Starship Warden. There you go.
Starship Warden.
You can put him on there. He wouldn't seem that out of place.
That's
Yeah,
true.
no, he wouldn't be. But that's what I'm talking. Starship Warden is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Exactly.
Sam Peckinpah's Wally.
What was the name of that first book that ever came out? Orphans in the Sky, I think it was the first generation story.
I think the first book was Beowulf, actually.
No, not about generation ships in space. No.
You said, "What's the first book?" I'm like,
Oh my God. Hey, thank you so much for asking a question.
Probably
so
the
we can move on.
Kabbalah. I don't know. Something really old.
Steve,
Gilgamesh,
if you're not manning the booth, are you actually going to play in any games at Gen Con or just being the forever castle keeper and running games?
I'm going to be wandering around.
That's it.
We have no space. We have no tables. We got nothing. So we're homeless if we're not out of the booth. So I'm just going to wander around.
Here's what's gonna happen. He's gonna sit in his hotel room with his cooler of Dr. Peppers. He's gonna be very grumpy, and he's gonna be answering emails on a laptop. That will be his Gen Con experience. He will come out twice, maybe 3 times.
I will say this: I haven't been to Gen Con in years now. It's been 7 or 8 years now since we went, and I do kind of miss that. The smaller cons like Gamehole Con, Gary Con, and whatever. They're fantastic, but Gen Con and Dragon Con have this feeling about them. I mean,
It's like an event.
Yeah, there's 70,000 people, It's huge. It sprawls across, 6 city blocks or whatever the hell it is.
That's what she said.
It's like going to a football
Johnny,
game, but it lasts a
I think
full
it got up to
weekend.
about 12. Final count, I think I saw. Yeah. It's just Gen Con's its own. Like I fuss all the time, and I shouldn't, but it's its own animal. It's not like the rest of these cons. You're just talking to a giant castle wall. I need to put a game here. It's just very detached versus like the small ones.
Next year we will have lots of games. There is no doubt.
Dragon Con is bigger than Gen Con, right?
It's about the same size. Dragon Con is infinitely better than Gen Con, I will say, from my perspective.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we will have bundled discounts of old OGL stuff, EV. Yeah, so Jeremy, I think you probably would enjoy. I don't really know all of the hobbies you get into, but just off of the information that you feed back to me on my weird ass questions, I suspect that it's broad like mine. I don't really pinpoint in on anything that I'm like a huge Star Wars, huge whatever. And Dragon Con has a little bit of everything, just literally everything, and it's yeah. Star Wars, Star Trek, role-playing games, horror, fantasy, whatever. It goes.
We've got games there this year.
Do we?
Yep, Hoyt's
Dragon.
Yeah, I think he's running like 7 or 8.
It's probably way too late to get a booth, but we could send.
Oh, it's late, yeah, but next year he will be there. I've already got that down on the list.
Check for this year and see. Put them on a waiting list. I mean, we've been to Dragon Con once as Stroller Games. We did horrible until. But doesn't mean we can try it again.
Darn it! It's so fun. We'll hemorrhage money again.
Exactly. We'll do it again. The booths were dirt cheap. That was what was nice about Dragon Con.
Well, how long ago was that?
Well, that was 15 years ago. So
I don't know if that's gonna be the case anymore. It's gonna be like $5,000 a booth.
That is true. Yeah. Well, they do it. Again, I haven't been in forever, but they had you have an exhibit hall and then a dealer's hall, and the dealer's hall was kind of like a flea market. Which is where I would rather be. And we were in the exhibit hall previously, which is kind of where you showcase. You still sell, but you showcase stuff. But in the dealer's hall, it was just anything you can imagine in this industry is there from whatever. It's just crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, there's lots of cons out there. That's for sure. I guess I probably get asked at least 4 or 5 times a week about going to cons. It's wild.
Hey Chuck, are we going to C4?
C4?
Yeah.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, showcasing aliens.
It's the iconic Cherry Capital Comic-Con. Come on, dude, you know this.
Oh, no, I did not know that. I'm sorry.
It's a con of maybe 800 people in my local area.
Oh, well, we can definitely sponsor them.
No, I don't feel like going.
Turn that one down pretty quick.
Oh, hush, Barky. That's a lie, and you know it. Shame on you.
Heath,
that's a good question for Steve found us all. Go ahead, Steve.
We've got dice. We got the first set of 24 sets of dice headed our way. They've been boxed up and shipped to us. We should, I don't know if we'll get them on the website before. Well, Chuck's not going to Gen Con, so they'll probably go up next week. But they are handmade resin, the whole 9 yards, so they're not going to be. They're not going to be cheap. They're about $50 to $55 a set. But I did make sure that each set has your 7 dice plus an extra 3d6s. So you have 4d6s plus what is it? D4, D8,
like
12, D20.
So standard D20 set.
And like you said, they're handmade,
with
custom.
3 extra D6s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there won't be no other ones. You can't get them anywhere else. You can't get them off Alibaba or anywhere. These are custom made.
Yeah, no. There'll be none of that.
Yeah.
The realization is crashing over me that Gen Con is in 6 days.
Yeah, it's next Tuesday.
I have made 0 arrangements.
You know what's great about that? I feel that way usually about a week before this, but right now I don't have any of those feelings going on. I'm so excited.
Yeah, there's nothing to worry about. We got all day Monday to get ready.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not worried at all. I'll be here.
What time we gotta be there? Are we showing up Wednesday or do you want us to Tuesday?
You need to be there no later than 10 o'clock Thursday morning. But
I'll be there before that.
Yeah, I'll get there Wednesday by you. Dakota and I will leave out Tuesday, and we'll get there Wednesday noonish.
Okay, we'll shoot for that. Sounds good.
Yes, I know, Beck. They probably will take the molds, and I don't know. I think Emily made those modes by hand, so they would. But I mean,
She did.
they won't steal them. But if you go to them and give them your molds that you've paid someone to create for you, they will damn well
They'll
copy.
duplicate them.
Yeah, she's
Easy.
made all. She didn't outsource these dice. They're made it in her little
That's right.
factory.
They're
down
made.
here in-
Yeah.
yeah, handmade, the whole 9 yards. And I know they're expensive. I get that part. And do not strain your budget or wallet to pick these dice up. They look beautiful. There's going to be a whole bunch of different colors. I asked her just to pick whatever she wanted to do. But they, it's handmade in the United States of America. All that.
Are they resin or are they like?
Yeah, they're
die cut?
resin. They're resin.
Yeah,
But
they'll-
and that's a good
didn't
point.
follow the stats, but
That's what it costs to get dice made, unless you want to go made somewhere outside the country. That's just how it works.
yeah, you really. What is it like? All dice manufacturers are in China now, except one that's in Poland. I think
There's two. There's two. One
two
in
in
Poland and one in Germany.
Okay, yeah,
And they outsource about 30% of their work to Chinese now.
right. Yeah. And I don't know this because I'm not one of those dice people, but I don't think the dice that are coming out of Chinese factories are balanced. I think
Oh no, of course not.
they're
Well,
just
they-
shooting them out like nuts.
Yeah.
El Vientos asks, will there be any demo CNC run by you guys, like 1 hour or so showcased first Gen Con? So we'll still with a lot of doubts. I mean, I'm not going to be there, but I'd love for them to run some demos at the booth. I just don't know how much room they'll
We
have.
may-
That's a good question.
That'd be hard.
Yeah, we will see about that. We've talked about that many times. We actually have done it a few times. We had tables set up at booths at Gen Con. We've got actually a smaller booth now than we used to have. So we had a little bit more space previously, but I don't know. It's a space issue, and I don't think Gen Con has any areas that are easy to access for open play. But
Because they're packed in there so tight.
Yeah.
That I don't. At this point, I don't think they have a lot of open space.
Yeah. Devin, game science.
You had tables. You had tables set
Sorry.
up in the dealer's hall doing demos.
what we had, and Jason had pushed this forever and a day. What we
This
had
is an
just-
old days, Jeremy.
Yeah, this is a standing table.
Okay.
And we would run combat rounds, so you
Yeah,
could
they-
come up and do
Okay. Wow.
10 minutes.
Most of these cons nowadays, I go and ask them about doing demos. They've either got a demo hall you can go far off to, or no. That's basically what they do. It's basically
Well, I was just like trying to pick because like that dealer hall is so packed. I cannot imagine doing that. But if it's this just standing room thing,
Yeah, it wasn't like a whole table set
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
The whole lot of
Yeah.
things now.
no. Yeah, David. So game science dice, Lou. So that it's pretty much dead in the water. I think the molds were worn out, and to get new molds made would be very expensive. I heard somewhere though that someone else has actually got the copyright for it, and I think they're going to be remaking them, but it'll come from China. I'm sure. There's no one
I have a set
actually
somewhere.
making.
I have no idea where
making
they
them
are.
I've got bunches of them, but they don't make them no more. I mean, not really, not here, anyways. If you see
And
something
yeah,
out
don't
there, it's either an old or it's a copycat, one of the two.
Someone bought the rights to them, and then the rights reverted back, and I think Lou's passed away. So,
Yes.
Did he?
He's
He's gone.
Yes, his family. Yes, his family has his
I didn't know
sister
that.
and son have it, but they're not. It's just kind of fell apart because you can't get the molds they're wore out, so they need new molds if anyone's going to do it. And molds are like $8,000 a piece or something. I forget how much they are.
Wolf alone, it still circulates around the troll dens about getting our own. What are those mold injection machines? We look at it about once a year to see what would go into it. Now the Dakota's on board, maybe we'll actually pull.
That's a lot, though. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Surely we'd get a
You would actually be surprised.
bookbinder.
You would actually be surprised at how it's not as expensive as you think. It's very interesting. The setup is part of the issue because you need space and blah 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 blah.
Luckily, we're not dice publishers; we're book publishers.
It's very true.
That's why
I
we
have
got
to
to
bring
get one of
reason
those
back into it.
We got to get one of those hardcover bookbinders.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's not far off from maybe happening. You never know,
I've got all the specs for that stuff, all of it.
because we used to do hardbacks.
We would be the only company in the industry doing that, right?
We are the only company in the industry that prints and binds our own books already.
Yeah, and we've
So if
done
we did
hardbacks in the past, right, Steve?
Yeah, and I actually
Also-
really liked them. I really, really liked them. They did what's called inline binding, which is basically every
Right.
page of the book was glued to your headboard, which makes when you open the book up, it would stay beautifully without any. I mean, I absolutely loved it. But we kept running into an issue with the book block. The book block was just not printing. It was too wavy, so we needed an industrial strength printer.
Yeah.
And eventually, Tim and I just abandoned the whole thing.
And Heath, I saw your question. Is dice going to be regular in the shop? I don't know. I mean, maybe we might have some. Who knows where we'll go with that? I can't answer that question, but we'll have some in.
Yeah,
for now.
it all depends on. I mean, if they sell, we'll keep making them without a doubt. There's no doubt. And it'll become a regular thing.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Yeah, as far as that goes. I wish there was a dice manufacturer that made me. Max, trust me, I'm telling you, the closest I came to finding somebody was there's two guys who do everything except the production, and there's everything comes over here in bulk, and then they actually package it and ship it and everything. But that's as close as you can get, unfortunately, nowadays. That's
So
just
they
the truth of
distribute
the
them.
matter.
What you really need is someone with about $100,000 to get probably two good mold injection machines in space, and you could get rolling on it. I mean, it's not.
You
Problem
could.
is, then you're going to have to sell 100,000 dice to cover.
And
The
the
prob-
market
the
is
problem
so.
is- The problem is a set of dice now in the market, now that this has happened, is you can get a set of dice for $3-4. And I don't know. That's the problem. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well, it's still competitive, right? Like, do most people really know what brand of die is?
not anymore.
Probably not.
That's the
Yeah.
problem. I used to collect the brands, but once the Chinese came on the scene, that ended.
Yeah.
Done. So, I mean,
Alien says, Steve, can we make Chuck or Jeremy do a product release calendar?
Everybody wants a product release calendar. Everybody does.
There are two things on that, and this
I
is
don't know what that means.
this is all very good news. And some of the older people will remember where this map is now. There used to be an extraordinarily large whiteboard that had, I think, 60 lines across it, and it tracked everything that we were doing, when things were coming out, just every bit of it. So the good news is Dakota McMurray starts work at Troll Lord Games on Monday. And what this is going to do for the company is free up a huge amount of time, logistics wise, because he will be running the print shop, he will be running the mail room, he'll be resupplying everything in the company, everything that needs supplies, he'll be doing the warehousing and going to conventions. And that's going to take a huge amount of work off of my desk, Todd's desk, and all of that business. Couple that with I severed ties with our consolidator about a year ago, maybe 8 months ago. And we are reestablishing relationships with distributors that we had many, many, many years ago. And that's going extraordinarily well. So we'll be expanding in that direction as well. Now, what that means for the distributor side of things, and Jeremy's certainly, and Chuck either, nor Mel, no one here has experienced it. We have to get a little bit more draconian on our releases, because once we solicit things and through distribution, as Alan knows, you're out there, we don't want distributors sitting there hanging for 2 years or 6 months or 9 months for this item that retailers are looking for. So you will see, and with all of that, Grace put us up a company calendar the other day. True to form, I tried to accept and join it, and it wouldn't let me, so I couldn't get on the company calendar, but it is out there. So you will see a little bit more a return to organization. I was in the print shop today, and I found that giant whiteboard. I may toss the map and hang the board back on the wall.
So does that mean we may be getting more specific deadlines than stat?
Yes. The stat should be over. I say that. As long as
I'm fully prepared to get pulled off Monsters and Treasures again to plug some other hole. I'm bracing for it. I know it's coming.
That should be over. I don't think anything else is going soon. Trademark is going to leap out at me. I don't think I've missed anything, but who knows? Yeah. So yeah, you'll definitely be getting harder deadlines, and we will try to get. I stopped working on it a month ago, but
I mean,
I'm a complete list of everything that we've published in the past chronologically. Right. Oh, it's on the wiki page that Mel helped us set up, so it's on the wiki page. I haven't just put anything in a little while. And on that page, you'll see kind of announcements for releases, what things we are working on. We used to have all of this stuff. It was on the blog. You could go to the blog and see what we had released and what was coming and all that stuff. We will bring it back
I saw someone said, let's see, where was it here? Yeah, so basically, and someone in there in the chat said it, but basically, yeah, that's the thing. Can you imagine? You guys know that we are always struggling to keep things going forward. So can you imagine putting up a schedule and saying, this is when this is going to come out? Now, maybe putting up a list of what's coming down the pipe with no dates would work. But putting a date is just asking for trouble.
Yeah, we won't put dates on things.
It's just
and not what's solicited. Once it's solicited, you generally should solicit 60 to 90 days out. Once it's solicited to distribution, you really want to try to hit those marks.
Eater of World says, when you get a chance, check the retail email. When you get a chance, I'm the one with the new store license that you applied to a couple of days ago.
Okay, that you mean in product support?
Yeah. And then we have another question. I saw it here. I just got to find it.
Product support is like
excited to see the next supplement in Engineering Line, Engineering Villages is coming soon. Do we know how soon?
So Davis is about 60% done with that book. Actually, maybe further than that. I haven't talked to him in a good solid week. So I expect that to be out by September. That and GM's Tricks of the Trade. GM's Tricks of the Trade will go to the printers maybe tonight, but probably tomorrow. And it'll be out in about two to 3 weeks, right after Gen Con. And Villages will follow that not too long after that. The cover landed today. It looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, roadmaps, Kenny, what I want to see us have. Exactly. Use the right terminology. That's what a lot of people put out to roadmaps, which is basically where we're going. Not necessarily
a roadmap to the future.
Yeah. Yes.
I gotta reply to that guy we were talking to.
If we did a roadmap for us, it would be more like a freeway, or it would be big. So yeah, for sure. We'll be getting our Christmas cards this August. Yes, Sparky.
Yes, you will absolutely, Sparky. It is on my mind. You will absolutely be getting those Christmas cards.
Shit, I totally forgot to reply to this guy. The guy for Engineering Villages, I left him hanging on Friday and completely forgot.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, not good.
Mid negotiation. So
yes, it's long.
Also, we've got about 10 minutes or so left for after giveaways. I just want to remind everybody we are doing a giveaway. If you are watching us from a different platform than Twitch and you want to get in on the giveaway, I will drop the link in here for you to do as you. That's not it. That's not it at all.
So I like what Death Angel says, want a treasure map. Yeah. So instead of a roadmap, let's do an archaic treasure map with weird symbols and vague terminology.
Yes.
Pig Latin, whatever. Yeah. That'd be funny.
Just squiggles.
That would be some funny stuff, dude. Wouldn't the TLG roadmap just be a giant traffic jam? Yes. Now we get
all
into
of us getting in each other's way.
Yeah.
No worries, Ray.
Right now, it certainly would. No, that is breaking up. This is it. This is the final edit.
What is that you got in your hand right there? What is that in your hand?
So I printed the Amazing Adventures Chronicle Keeper's Guide. Finn did his final read on it, and I've got 4 hours worth of edits to plop into the book, give or take.
Yeah,
I like that you measure edits in terms of hours.
Yeah, well, I can kind of tell how much.
Not pages, not
It's called experience, Jeremy. He knows.
It's just a very interesting application. It's like I got 20 gallons of laundry to do tomorrow.
Yeah. Star Siege will be right after AA.
And yes, it is. It is part of it. Yeah. If it's not medieval fantasy, pretty much most of the stuff coming down the pike will probably fall under that umbrella eventually at some point. For sure. Other than like say Barzoon,
I had a brilliant idea for some new product. And Mel, you are the perfect one to work on this stuff.
Oh, okay.
Stop it. Stop it.
No.
I don't want to hear it.
Jeremy, hold on. Let me argue in Steve's favor real quick before he tells us what it is. I'm gonna be immigrating overseas, and Mama's gonna need more money. So, Steve, please do tell.
That's the appropriate attitude.
That's right.
So I'm running a game Sunday. It doesn't matter. Whenever I'm running a game last week, and they decided to do yet another sea voyage, and they're going. I got encounters. I got water. I needed descriptive terms. I wasn't in the Navy. I don't know anything about boats whatsoever. So I kind of, pulled, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we do a set of screens for the adventure scenario that you're running. So we have a set of screens for ocean going adventures. We have a set of screens for dungeon going adventures, and all the appropriate terminology is taken out of the Castle Keeper's Guide and put on these screens. And then just general terminology, like on the ocean going screens, you would have a picture of a boat. This is aft. This is fore. This is the the whole thing. So when the guy, gal, whoever's running the game can look at their screen and immediately have the information that they have in it.
I love this. I
Print
love
out a
this.
diagram of a boat.
And Mel, you could lay that out. You've done such a fantastic job on the character sheets.
Oh, I'm so in. I am in. Give it to me, Steve. Give it to me.
I've got a template for our screens. You can take that.
Yes.
Put what we need on there.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
So give me the layman's short term for what you just said. You're talking about coming up with a custom screen for sea travel?
Well, for different types of adventures, you would have a Dungeoneer's screen. I'm running a dungeon tonight. I need terminology for caves and dungeons and all of that crap. I'm running an overlay tonight. I'm running a heavy combat tonight.
What we need is an engineering caves book. Is what we need.
With the sheer number of screens that you're pitching, we might as well just build a dome around the CK with panels.
But I see what he's saying. He's saying like a Dungeoneer's screen, a Seafarer's screen, because you're not going to need. Well, then you have like a universal screen already.
I
So
just
like,
wouldn't want to swap it out every time we're
Yeah.
get annoyed.
Get good.
It's a great idea. Sure. Anyway, I did have a question for you. Where is it? From YouTube, Max Callan asked, "Ever thought about doing Roman ancient world fantasy?"
It's called
not
Swords
sure
and Chaos. It exists.
Also called the Mythos series, punk. Anyway, I'm not sure, Johnny. Max? Are you asking about if we've done any kind of like Roman? Well, Steve, tell me about the Mythos series. That might be somewhat answering towards that direction. I'm not sure what.
So we've got a series of book called Mythos, and it's I think we've got 7 of them now. Egypt, Rome, it's Classicum, but now in the future we're going to break Classicum up into Greek and Roman. So you'll see a lot of that coming in the near future. But right now we've got Celts, Germans, Slavs, the classics, which is Rome and Greece. What am I missing? The Norse.
And the Saxons. Like
But there's the Egyptians. Somebody. There's 7 of them. I can't remember. The Chinese. The Sonoran was the last one. Yeah, the Chinese.
Lest we forget.
Yeah.
Lest we forget.
We just
see.
said that,
Yeah, really, just a few months ago. We can't keep up with our own.
Oh no.
Oh, Max says I have the Mythos books, but I'm curious about a setting. Oh, he's talking about sort of a
Setting would be
like
cool.
an Enochian
Swords
setting.
and Chaos.
We could maybe one of these days, for shits and giggles, do a setting book just for the Enochian Empire. That would be interesting to do, wouldn't it? Think about it.
Is it wrong that Varsuk said, "Ooh, Slavs, NM," and I read MN as New Mexico?
Do you realize how many people have like dropped into my stream and asked when I'm going to be dropping like an Agrimore campaign book for like CNC? I'm like, guys, what are y'all even talking about right now? Like they're focused on air. They don't got time for my shit.
The more the merrier.
Oh no.
Heath D6 asks, grandkids were talking when you discussed this, but when did you say the dice will be put in the store again? We should have dice probably back in the store by the end of next week, I'd say.
They're in the mail to us.
Yeah, so these will be the custom handmade dice. They won't be like cheapies or anything, but they will be dice in the store. And I will say this much, they're beautiful. I will say that much.
They are beautiful. Hey, Chuck, everybody, I got to step out and jump out here. I know you guys got to do the raffle. I will talk to everybody later.
Right,
Mel,
buddy.
I will send that screen template to you.
Sweet.
We'll get that rolling.
Send it my way.
All right, everybody.
I have monsters I need you to draw. Stop.
I can handle it all, Jeremy. I can handle it all.
Oh Lord, this is going south quick here. All right, Steve.
Have a good night, Steve.
Good night.
All right then. I guess I'll get to the giveaways. We'll get out early a little bit today, I think. Probably need to. My wife's waiting on me to actually go there anyway. The longer I make her wait to eat, the more trouble I get in.
Tell her I said
How that
hi.
works. Do what?
Tell her I said hi.
Oh, I absolutely will. I'm gonna check I got a new headset and y'all are quiet to me. I don't think y'all are quiet on the stream. I think it's just where I've got my headset turned down.
Probably got to turn up your volume.
What was the name of the empire Chuck mentioned? Is it aired? Max, it is. Well, so the Enochian Empire was pre-Unklar, before Unklar, the Horned God, came and caused 1,000 years of winter dark. That was one of the biggest empires on the planet. They had conquered. Think of like when when Europe conquered the New World. It was kind of like that. They had lots of places that they had set up colonies outside off the main continent, and they were sort of a Roman slash Sumerian, sort of more Roman than Sumerian, but that sort of style. And they were huge. And then when Unklar got brought into the plane of existence and arrived on Erd, well, that party ended. So pretty much that's kind of how it happened. Yeah, we can talk shit about our boss. So we'll go back and watch the VOD. That's a smart move. Sparky.
He's not gonna watch anything.
No, he's not. Question about the Kickstarter, if I may. When will backer kit be a thing so I can upgrade my pledge? Give you So Anchor, it'll be whenever we do the fulfillment stage. If I had to guess, we don't have it set up yet. I'm actually going to work on that next week while they're gone to Gen Con. I'll have to be able to get some work done for a change. Probably, I would estimate we'll probably open the store up around early October is my guess. Maybe late September. It'll probably either be right before we go to Game Hole Cons, my guess. So probably around the 1st of October is my guess. It'll be probably a few weeks before we get the books in. Because once the books get here, which will be probably around mid to late November, then we want to just start shipping, right? So we need to have all that wrapped up. Maybe a little bit earlier. We'll just see what he says. Need to read the codex. I know, Enoch. I pronounce it, so it's weird. It's Enoch, Aenoch, and then he spells it like that, but like Enochian, but he pronounces it Enochian. So the country was Enoch, and the people are Enochians. So go figure with that one. So if that's a better way to put it. Yeah, all the fun and games until Unklar showed up. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you print in the USA or offshore for these giant orders? Everything's printed in the USA. Period. We have Walsworth. We've been with them for about 15, 17 years. And they're the biggest yearbook printer in the country. And we get all of our hardback stuff from them, for sure. Except for, and I do our soft covers in-house. Yeah, it's the closest you're going to get to Roman. We had a talk the other day, Max, on the stream about that. There is a list that was removed from the Codex of Erd, strangely enough, that I've told him needs to at least go back. We need to at least put it up on the wiki if we don't. That lists what areas of Erd have that sort of cultural base relation to real world Earth, be it Rome or wherever. You know what I'm saying? All the different places, all the different cultures. Yeah, no worries.
Or you could play in the Empire of Vargas, in the known world of Swords and Chaos.
Did you say the world of Farkas?
Vargas.
Oh, it would have been funny if you called it Farkas, though. That would be hilarious.
No,
that would be awesome.
Wargus.
All right, so let me get us switched over. We'll do these giveaways because she's texted me again, so I'm in hot water here. All right, let me see here. Actually, I need to do two things. There we go. Yeah, it's Fargus. No, well, I don't know. Let's see. Let me close these entries out. We'll get these pulled. We're going to give away two $15 tonight and a $25 just flat money to use in the store. So you guys can use it whatever. Not World of Vegas. I literally read New Vegas when I saw that, man, from Fallout. So, yeah. All right, let's pick our first winner for a $15 code. A link will pop up in the chat to our Discord. If you would wander over there and find Obsidian Risk Scott, he will get you your code. You can DM him or just yell at him, however. Let's see. First one's going to be a Wolf Alone. Congrats, Wolf. There's a $15 for you. Next up is Screaming Biscuit. Wow, I love biscuits, and I like screaming.
I do love biscuits,
What
too.
a combo, huh? All right, congrats you two for $15. Our final winner for $25 will be Alien Gear. All right, Alien, way to go. Congrats. Fantastic, everybody. Fantastic. That is awesome sauce. I am pleased. Very much so. All right, I'm going to flip us back over. And I'm going to set us up a raid. We're going to raid into Phantom, New Jersey. He was just in here flapping his jaws a minute ago. He runs a lot of CNC, does some talk shows and stuff. Really good guy. Lots of fun. Let me set him up here.
Bless you.
What's that?
Jeremy sneezed.
Oh, did he sneeze? Bless you, Jeremy.
Yeah, I said bless you.
We'll get that raid set up. And thanks, guys, for coming out. I should have my game this Saturday, I think. I think we're okay now. I think I'll be able to play this Saturday unless we don't have enough players. We've had a lot of stuff going on, flooding and all kinds of stuff with our players. I had everybody out last week too, so. But we'll try to play this Saturday. And I think Jingo, I'm not sure, but I'll put something out in Discord if we're not going to be playing, so you guys will know. All right. And then we'll be back Monday with Grace doing her Tales of Arid reading. And that's about it. Just want to give everybody a thank you and have a great weekend and all that good stuff. All right. Now, we're going to raid into Rob. So go over and say howdy to him. Give him a follow if you haven't. Give him some love. He's a great guy and pretty cool to hang out and talk to about gaming. So that's all I got. You guys have a good evening. We appreciate you. Troll's Eye! Ow! Let's go!